I think the only outcome which might prevail over the possibility of the bankruptcy and default of the banking system of Cyprus is EC, IMF and Russia together providing a package, financial package for the country. And it seems that yesterday, I mean, it didn't work out, and according to my information, it is EC which is not allowing the Cypriots to borrow more from Russia, being reasonably maybe afraid that it will be too much of a burden for the Cypriot economy. But there are various ways to do that. For example, there are ways to do junior or senior loan, Russia taking probably a longer term bonds rather than the ECIMF money being a shorter one. I think it's a unique opportunity of Russia playing a very European role of saving out, bailing out a European EC Union member together with ECI and IMF.
As I understand it, they're still considering for big depositors, those not protected by the deposit scheme, i.e. with over 100,000 euros in banks, they're still considering a possible tax on that, perhaps as high as 15 or 16%. What would your response be to that?
It's going to be very simple. It might look at first glance as being more fair, but what might happen if they raise, say, 5 billion, which is required for this procedure, once the banking system is opened, probably 40 or 50% of all of the money will just flee the country. So, and out of the 90 million, that's anyway is a default. According to what I know, the EC is offering to provide the money which might flee the country, but I don't think it's a workable solution because banking system is a matter of trust. So I don't think this matter of trust is still there because of what has been discussed and what might happen. So I don't think it's a very clever decision, frankly speaking. It will not help to avoid default. And if Cyprus economy, well, banking sector, which equals defaults, I think it's going to trigger a very bad reaction for all of us in Europe and all over the world markets.
You yourself have done business with Cyprus. You sold a share of your Red Wings airline to a Cypriot company. What's the attraction of a big country like Russia, people there doing business with a very small island like Cyprus?
Well, for private sector, it was possible protection of the property rights because of the British law, and because of the no taxes on dividends and profit from trading the securities. That was the most attractive point, but I've been doing real sector for 10 years, so I haven't been using Cyprus for tax reasons. Whereas regarding the Russian state banks and corporations, I might, as well as you raise a question, our Prime Minister has just admitted they all have money and accounts in Cyprus, and I'm just wondering why would the Russian state sector be using Cyprus as opposed to the private sector, which might be interested in some tax meetings.